Just don't freeze. You can change reality like these. Switch up my morality.
Found a lot of great talent. And
Hi.
This man right here. And we leaned on friends and people that were passionate and that wanted to be in the industry and make a name. Now season 2, if I can pivot, we added, so season 1 was centered around one character, right?
Yeah.
Season 2 is an ensemble. You have 4 or 5 stories going on all at once. And we added 4 substantial characters to season 2. We added a lot of stuff around them, like what they call day players, people that come in and out for one episode.
Yeah.
But these 4 characters like enter the Wash world. And
For better or worse.
yeah, better or worse. And we had a casting call, and 150 people inquired about 4 roles. And these were like legit actors and actresses that had skins on the wall. And it was one of the hardest experiences I went through because we had like 3 or 4 people for each role at the end, and we're like, who do we take? And it started to get to the point where it's just nuance, right? Like, all right, this person has a different look, and we made these choices painstakingly, but
Except for one.
Except for one. One guy opened his mouth, Dennis Raveneux, that's going to play the character of Smoke. He opened his mouth, he had the job.
Yeah, we followed him out the door like, you free for this table read on Sunday?
Oh, wow.
And he's amazing. I mean, I think.
Wait a minute, does he have like a James Earl Jones
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, gotcha.
And just
His demeanor,
Yes.
you could tell he studies and he respects the craft, and every movement that he makes is purposeful. There was no question. Like there were 2 other guys that were good, but it was like we don't have to have a callback for him, and you understood why productions have callbacks, because it's like, okay, oh yeah, she's good. Oh yeah, she's good too. Okay, we need to see him again. One, because you want to see, can they deliver again? Because sometimes people have good reads and you're like, okay, bet they're great.
Right.
And then you have to come back to make sure they can do it again. So that's what one of the processes that we went through.
We learned that because somebody talked themselves like
right out of
a role.
Right.
Oh, wow.
We had somebody we knew was going to do it, and we had a callback for them, and we had to pivot, unfortunately.
And we made the right decision.
Yeah.
I don't regret anything.
She's
right.
By the way, I know you're looking. So Nadira is also our assistant director, season 2.
Yeah.
Sprinkle it, like your magic. Come on, girl.
And so she was there for the whole process. Like when we started casting, she was right there reading. I was right there. He tricked me into producing. And
that's a lie.
Let me tell you about Hardy. Hardy started off doing like just production, general production stuff that a PA would do. Over the course
coffee runs.
Over the course of 5 months, over the course of 5 months, he turned himself into producer and started delivering so much value. I was like, we can't credit you as a production assistant. Like, you are a full-fledged producer. Right. The end of episode 1. Right, y'all will see this at the screening on January 23rd. The end of episode 1, it was written. He took it to a new level. It's the reason that on set, I don't want to bite my mic, but on set I had to bite my shirt, and so I wouldn't laugh at what was happening. And
he's ignorant.
We have 2 scenes like that in the entire season. We have a lot of funny scenes, but there are 2 scenes where we had to retake it because everybody busted out laughing about what was happening. But Hardy has been invaluable, as has Nadira. These 2 are what I call, we have a group of killers. Now there's more killers, but we have 150 people in season 2. So we went from 30 people to 150 from season 1 to season 2. But there's a group of people that were there for every single step of the way, and Nadira and Hardy are 2 of them. Hardy, so we're in post-production right now, so it never ends. This thing never ends. We started on season 2 last December, and we're in post-production now.
In January.
In January.
Fucking 2020. Oh.
Our audio guy, our post-audio guy, started getting really busy, right, and getting paid work. So couldn't begrudge him, so he couldn't do our audio. Yeah. Hardy was a rapper in a former lifetime, and he used to mix and master his own So
don't laugh.
I'm sure you can still rap.
I'm sorry, because I remember.
No. That's how we do it.
So anyway, when the guy dropped out, Hardy was like, "All right, bro, send me the files."
That is exactly the sentence I said.
Not only is he the lead this year, the lead actor, he's the producer, and he's the post audio engineer, and he's my therapist.
So basically, he's a Jamaican.
Yeah. And then
Oh,
same thing with Nadira. She's the lead actress, and she was assistant director, which the assistant director is such a hard job. Like trying to get 150 people scheduled on the right. And I give her credit for pushing me. We would leave set at like 4 a.m. on Sundays because we shoot on weekends, and 10 o'clock noon, she's blowing up my phone. Hey, what are we doing next weekend? We got to send calls.
After she's felt like he's had enough sleep, because she's been at work teaching our young youth.
So these two, along with someone that couldn't make it this morning, Jamario Washington. That's why the show looks so different in the trailer. He's the director of photography. Him and Sean Lyons, which is the gaffer, the guy that does the lighting.
And Mike with the mics.
And Mike with the mics. Mike Walker.
My God.
Jamario transformed the look of the entire show. And because we were going drama, I was like, bro, take it and run. Like, you're so much better at me than doing like the visual elements of it. And I gave a little direction, but for the most part, he transformed the show.
Yeah, because just seeing the trailer, I'm like, okay. I had to go back and I was like, is this washed? Is this the right wash?
The thing is, the trailer that we have out is the dramatic.
It's the drama trailer.
He has a comedy trailer as well. We just haven't.
And we'll release the comedy trailer probably after the premiere when we start ramping up.
Once we have a release date.
But back to the cast this year, we're adding. So you got Dennis Ravenel, Brittany Blewett.
Real quick before you get past Dennis. Scheduling Dennis was an issue during the summer because this man was doing Shakespeare in the Park.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So he was booked and busy.
Yes, he was booked and busy doing Shakespeare in the Park with Dallas Theater Company. Like we were very lucky to get him.
Right.
We did not deserve it.
And when you see his range, when you think this man was doing Shakespeare and then cold-blooded.
Right. So when you see the character Smoke, just remember on Thursday, this nigga had on tights.
He got range. It's called
My
range.
body is, when you see his scenes, like we're watching scenes like, oh my God, this guy is really Tony Montana. What the hell? And then we cut, and Dennis is smiling. a totally different person, like such a sweet man. But when the cameras go on, he sits there, he lights a cigarette. He looks at this man and burns a hole through his soul. So Dennis Ravenel, Brittany Blewett, amazing. She's the boss in the office you never knew.
And that one was a fight.
Yeah. So Brittany, her name is Claire in the show. Started off as Clint. So yeah, it was supposed to be a guy, and we did the audition. So many talented women in Dallas came out and
Took it from a man.
Black
Girl Magic.
Took it from a man, and then Brittany, we casted her, but I give Ashley Lee credit for Brittany because Brittany didn't fit the archetype, right? She didn't fit your usual CEO, upper management, and that was my ignorance and my prejudice in the way I view a CEO. I'm thinking, man. But really take a step back and realize a woman could be a CEO as well. So.
And I'm just gonna put a little sprinkle in there. You know, I was like, she has to have a short bob. She's got to have a short hair bob because she's young. She's super young. Well, she's super young. Yeah. And you could, if you know her, you would know it. But the bob gave her an older looking because she's the CEO of the company.
She had an auntie wig.
She had, we had to give her
not quite the CEO. She's upper management.
Oh gosh, COO, something. She's some. Yeah. But yeah, the other people, we got Dennis Draper.
Hardy, did you have something to add to Brittany?
Well, no, I wasn't gonna get too inside baseball on it, but it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah, we're gonna age her up. Yeah. It's like, but she had the chops.
Yeah, she's talented.
Oh yeah, she's talented.
Talented as fuck.
So how many new characters are there?
5. It's 5.
So let me go. Dennis Draper, Dennis Brittany Draper. Draper is
my guy.
Ooh,
my guy.
You know what? The first time I shot with Draper, I was like, he's good. But every time afterwards, I was like, yo, this is a diamond, right? This is a diamond. I don't think he had, that first scene wasn't meant for him to shine like that. It was basically just to lay the groundwork for the type of character he was. Yeah. Then as he got comfortable knowing that I don't mind ad-libs. So, be yourself, add it in. And then Jonathan, he did a tremendous job playing his character. Really.
That one was a fight too.
Yeah, that one was a fight too because that was such a.
It was a skirmish.
It was
Yeah.
it was a type of role that only a few people in the past have played, right? I don't think there's too many characters like Trent out there that you can say, all right, let me go watch that person.
Right.
Maybe Blair Underwood has played it a
Right.
couple times.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of
Terrence Howard tried.
Terrence Howard, yeah.
Tried. Leave
Mike.
my man alone.
But there's just not a lot. So those four. Is there another one that I'm missing?
No.
No, that's it.
And I will say this, because season 1 was centered around one person, there was a lot on Maya that we don't know. Maya was just there. So you're only getting 4 new faces, but you're getting more stories.
Right.
Is there going to be more background on?
Yeah, so this year is an ensemble.
Everybody. So
So-
you learn why he does what he does.
Yeah.
And how much he hates it.
You see Claire and the things that she's got, the work wife. You
Yeah.
see her. I mean, not the work wife. That's
Carmen.
Carmen. I'm sorry.
So-
Carmen and the work wife. You see her backstory expanded. You see Amber going to fight for her and chase her dreams. You see Maya and Mark and what's going to happen next and what things Maya's going
The
through.
episodes we got in this 10.
10, but
Okay.
we wrote 13.
We wrote 13.
We ran out of time and money. I will say this.
We got one in the chamber though. Somebody
We
wants
do
to-
if somebody wants you to
Anybody,
play.
if anybody's got like $10,000 or something, we got one more episode.
And everything we do, or everything I try to do, is kind of like a leader, is strategic, right? So after season 1, we solicited feedback and we listened to when people talk, and they said that the 2 characters that they gravitated toward the most was Eric and Carmen,
Yeah.
right? And I knew Maya had a lot left to be explored, and I'll give Nadira this credit. You might not see it. She has transformed as an actress, right? And not that she was bad last year, but by the time you get to the season finale this year, I don't think
she got more to do.
Yeah, she had more to do. So she had, and maybe that was on my end, giving her more direction or giving her more, meat to. But once you get to the season finale, I don't even know if you're gonna think that's Maya.
Right.
I think that's some other woman. Right.
But I think it's kind of a setup because that relationship broke
Yeah.
up and it's kind of like a cliffhanger as to where she's going to go after that.
Right.
And I think it has a lot to do with the fact that it wasn't about Maya. It was
Yeah.
it was
It was
about
Mark-
Mark.
it was
And-
Mark's show.
And Mark that's his best friend. So
Exactly.
I mean,
Right.
you saw that
I'm
dynamic.
a homie with the
form.
purple robe.
Yeah, but I really want to
And everyone sees the girlfriend. Yeah, everyone sees and knows the girlfriend, and the girlfriend's role is that of the girlfriend's role. But you see a turn for the better or worse.
Because I was hoping
for
her
Maya.
character didn't
Right,
fade
and
out.
it's-
No,
Right.
if anything, it gets more, and there's 5 storylines going on at one time. It's almost like 3 or 4 different shows. In one.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
But
That merged together.
right, as a writing team, you have kind of that choice. Like if you break up a relationship, okay, do you just move on to the next relationship for the main character,
Yeah.
and then just let that person fall off, or we see what's Maya gonna do after this?
Exactly.
And that was the route we decided to take.
I'm glad because I'm still there.
Well, but that was kind of part of the ensemble. So everybody else gets their side characters. We had to add new roles because everybody's got a story. So now everybody's got their own supporting cast. So I get a Smoke, and you get a Trent, and Carmen gets a Claire, and Amber gets a Chuck.
Slash Chloe.
Okay, so
We
everybody's
see
gonna
Chloe
be-
a lot more
you
this
get-
season too.
So if you get more Eric, that means you get more Jew, right?
Gotcha.
All right, we're going to break one more time. All right, and we'll come right back because I need to focus on you too.
Yeah. Is it wrong to be alone? Write a song despite the wrongs. Gotta do my own from now on. Been away from too long, can't find my soul. My heart never beats inside. Go to the core like a dime. Check to see if I'm alive.